Another edition of Wings Weekly starts now. Jay Klein Connect here along with head coach Scott Langer. Coach, a split on the weekend here at the ODI Center against the second-ranked team in the division. A 3-0 win on Friday that was, a really big win in a lot of ways. Obviously, defensively, a lot of things went well. Goaltending, a shutout. You went 1 of 6 on the power play. The penalty kill was, perfect. Did not allow a goal there on Friday night. And a 4-1 loss on Saturday. But again, power play went 1 of 6, and a real strong first and second. The third, they kind of blew things apart a little bit. But great crowds both nights on the weekend, and what as a group, and I say this all the time, but I always want to know what you guys saw, because what I see, what the casual observer or the fan might see, is different than what you guys see. So what'd you take away from the weekend?
Well, on Friday night we were really good structure-wise. We defended really well. We took away a lot of their grade A's. Goaltending was good when we needed it. It was timely. So, anytime you can shut out Bismarck, I think that's a big thing. They have a lot of firepower up front, and we just played a really good, solid game. It was 60 minutes of honest hockey, and we just everything came together, and obviously the specialty teams were big. We got the one on the power play, and then we got the shorthanded goals. So, when your specialty teams are putting you on the board like that, it certainly helps you win a hockey game.
Weisner coming up big on Friday night there with the empty netter at the end too to make it a 3-0 win. Saturday again, it felt like the first 2 periods it was a very close and tightly contested game. Saturday, is there anything that you'd change in that third?
I would change everything in the third. We had 2 really good periods. I thought it was a good hockey game, and then in the third period, some of those mistakes that we seemed to make, showed up, and when you make those mistakes, they make you pay with their offense, and they did. You can't pass up block shots. You can't pass up being physical in your defensive zone, and obviously that you want to come out in the third period like we did in the first and the second, and we didn't.
Well, and that happens. We talk consistency all the time, but it's tough, to put 2 nights together like that and so on. But anyway, we moved past that. Yesterday, by the way, we had Bowl with the Wings going on, a Spire Foundation fundraiser. A lot of fun. The boys were all out, doing some bowling and stuff, and it's just one of those events, those community events where people, come out and they're bidding on silent auction items and so on, and paying for teams and so on. And it's just another one of those events. And Coach, you and I have talked about this on several occasions, but how important is it to you as a group, that this team is involved in the community the way that it was? And beautiful day yesterday, but again, a good turnout. I talked with some of the Aspire Foundation board members and so on, and they were really happy with the way that the guys not just perform, because it's not a competition really, it's just kind of, you're having fun, but the way they interact with the people, the crowds, not just, crowds, but also the individuals that Aspire, helps with. To see these guys, and I said this last year, I know, but to see them out there, helping someone put a ball on a ramp and so on, and just taking the time and the patience. That's the word I'm looking for. The patience to help everybody out, and they're not in a rush to get out of there or anything like that. It's so cool. That means a lot as a group, doesn't it?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's always in hockey. It's always about giving back, and this year's group is really good. Obviously, we've had some really good groups. With the community service awards recognized by the league, but we do a good job. Our staff does a really good job getting those guys into the community and into places. It helps them grow as an individual too. And being a good person is important. And obviously that event there, that Aspire event, has been successful since day one. And it's not easy to get out of bed on Sunday after losing a game, and
Get that smile on your face and go.
And they do that, and that's great because in hockey, community service is huge. And it teaches these guys to be responsible and to understand that there is things in life that you have to give back to, and they do that. They do a good job of that.
Isn't that the truth? Because there are things in life you have to give. Great way to put that. I know I was walking up and down with the microphone, chirping them pretty hard. I think Paulie got kind of mad at me, actually. Like, you guys suck. You're bad at bowling. You might be able. You're supposed to be athletes. Why can't you throw a bowling ball? I was pretty hard on some of them, actually, but we had fun. We had a really good time. And again, the Aspire Foundation was really happy with the turnout, and great way to give back. As there are so many things. I mean, whether it's the Salvation Army, ringing bells, and YMCA, all those things that the Wings are involved in, it's great. Looking forward, we're sitting right now in third once again, as the Wings have 57 points. Minot top the division, 79 points. They have clinched a playoff spot. Bismarck in second with 70. St. Cloud in fourth now with 56. Austin, St. Cloud, Aberdeen just really close. Again, 57, 56, 55, and the North Iowa at the bottom of the division with 22. But boy, there's a lot of shuffling going on there. And this coming weekend is off, which, I mean, very seldom happens that I can recall in the years I've been doing this, where you have a complete weekend off. What do you do? How do you prepare? Do you work and kind of game plan the same way that you would, or does it change some things?
No, it's going to give us a little time to get in a little better shape heading into the final 8-game push. So we're actually working really hard this week. Guys will have a couple days off just to heal their bodies and get away from the game a little bit. But this weekend a lot of stuff can change with teams making up those in-hand games on us that we've been ahead of them in the games played. So I'm sure things will change drastically with the two games. So these eight games are crucial for us, and we know that we got to take points.
Yeah. No doubt. I was just curious kind of how that would lay out, because, like I said, it doesn't happen often where you have a complete weekend off. Maybe a night here, a night there, but not usually a full weekend. So I would imagine as a group, as a staff, everything, that's going to change a little bit. But we're looking forward to games upcoming, and we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. But Coach, that's really about all I've got for you. Again, split on the weekend against the top team, played them well, played them hard. If it's a team you end up seeing in the playoffs, which is a whole nother thing and a hypothetical, but you can beat them. You know that you can play with them, and that's as fans go, everything. That's a positive for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt that we know we can beat anybody in the division. We've proven that. But we need to be better here these next few weeks.
All right. Coach Langer, thank you so much for joining me. And good luck, in preparation and so on as the weeks come, or the next weeks come, as we continue on. And again, more information on the games upcoming and all the events that are happening at the ODI Center here in not this next week, but the following week. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and always great to take up some of your time, but I know you're a busy guy, so I'll let you go.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, folks, we're going to continue on with the second portion of Wings Weekly with the player coming up after this.
Bar and Event Center is your official home for the Aberdeen Wings. Stop down for an ice-cold beer or drink and choose from one of the many excellent food options on their menu, available for both lunch and dinner. And when your Aberdeen Wings are on the road trying to earn their way back to the Robertson Cup Championship, come on down to City Lights and watch the away games as the audio and video are streamed live. City Lights Bar and Event Center, the official home for the Aberdeen Wings on South 2nd Street, just south of the overpass in Aberdeen.
Second portion of Wings Weekly continues, and we thank our sponsors, of course. We continue with the player as usual, and in this case, a guy that I've been looking forward to talking to for a while, actually. Leonid, as we call him, Leo, Bulgakov. A couple of things. There's an actor from Moscow named Leo Bulgakov. Is there any relation? No?
No.
He
Who is that?
You don't know who that is?
I don't know.
There's a guy named Leonid Bulgakov that was in a movie called For Who the Bell Tolls and several others from Moscow. And I'm like, what are the odds that you would have that name? Like, I thought maybe there was a relation or something. But according to Leo, no, that's not the case. All right. And also, before we get into hockey and everything else, Bull with the Wings yesterday, Leo just told me he bowled a 150 yesterday.
146.
156?
146.
46, okay. Well, that's pretty darn good. That's not bad. That's above my average. And then, as we're talking about this, Brian, who is filming this, sits here and tells me that she has a 282 on her record. Like, she bowled a 280. She bowled competitively back in the day, and I was like, what? 282, that is crazy good. But we had a lot of fun with Bull with the Wings and a great fundraiser for Aspire Foundation and so on yesterday. So, and it's great for you guys to come out. Thank you for that. Your dad, he played hockey.
Yeah, he plays hockey now. He's a coach, hockey coach, in Minsk team.
So I would imagine that he was probably a pretty big inspiration for you and kind of guided you as you started playing at a young age.
Yeah, sure. He teach me hockey like 8 years until I go to U18 Belarusian team.
Okay.
And yeah, appreciate it.
And you played with Tishkovich.
Yeah, we played with him in one team almost 10 years, I think. We played before national team, so we've got a big experience together. Yeah.
It's got to be a little bit helpful coming to an organization like the Wings, and we're going to talk about the community and Minsk, how big it is, and as the capital and all of these kinds of things versus what Aberdeen is and what the community is like. I want to talk about that in just a bit, but before I get there, that connection that you and Tish have was evident when he got hit. There in Bismarck, and you went after him, and I'm like, what is Leo doing? That is not Leo. And you were like defending your guy. You went straight after him like I don't want to offend anybody, but like a pit bull. Like, you just boom, and I'm going, was that, I mean, it just lit a fire under you?
No, I think it's my teammate. It doesn't matter. Is it Tish, like Bennett?
Anybody.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's anybody.
But that's
you
not.
have to protect.
But you're not a protect guy. You're a scorer.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter if somebody hit your teammate. It's your role to protect him. So.
Man, I'm with you. I love that. When the wolf's at the door, you go after him. That's what it comes down to, folks. I love it. But that was something. When I saw Tish get hit, I'm like, oh my goodness, that was a terrible hit. And then all of a sudden, boom, there you go. And I'm going, what's happening right now? Like, that was pretty crazy. But I love that mentality. Your teammate, you're going to stand up for him. You're going to take care of those guys. That's awesome. All right, so Minsk, capital, big city.
Yeah.
Cathedrals and the architecture and all of the amazing things that they have there. I did a little research. I checked it out a little bit. Far cry from Aberdeen, South Dakota. What's it like for you to come to a community like this?
Actually, I lived 1 year like in MHL team. We didn't live in Minsk. We lived in a small city, like kind of Aberdeen.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's like absolutely other country, other language, but small cities, everything's close, so it's kind of the same.
Okay, now I have to ask you about, like you said, the culture. Now, I always love asking, European players or even Canadian players, whatever, anybody that's not. What's the biggest difference when it comes to food?
Oh,
are there any foods that
everything in US so fat. Your food is so fat. I don't know.
It's so fat. Preservatives, things like that, you mean? Yeah. But it tastes good. It's sweet, right?
Yeah, it tastes good, no question, but I don't know, for me, I think it's unhealthy, but yeah, it tastes good. I like it.
There was a player that from, Nathan Verdes. I'm sure most fans that have been following the Wings for a while remember him, but we called him Pop-Tart because when he first got here, he was eating Pop-Tarts every day, because he just loved and it's same thing. I'm like, kid, you can't keep doing this, but he just couldn't get enough of the sweets and stuff, and he always say how much flavorful everything was here. But in the back of my mind, when he'd tell me that, I'm like, it's also because there's a lot of sweets in it.
Yeah,
a lot of sugar.
Back home, I'm usually trying to avoid a lot of calories, like carbs.
Yep.
I can eat pizza one time in a month, but here in US, we got pizza every time after games, when we
on
go
the bus.
somewhere. Yeah, on a bus, and at home sometimes 2 times in a week. It's kind of crazy for me, so I never got to experience
Well, and part of that is convenience of it. It's the reason there's pizzas on the bus is because it's just easy for someone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure, yes.
To just grab and eat, but you're right. It's certainly not the healthiest thing, I suppose. Your family. We talked about your dad. He plays and coached you, and a big inspiration in your career. Any other family siblings? Any other brothers and sisters?
Yes, I've got a brother. He's 15 years old. 15 years old, I believe.
You should probably know how old your brother is. Come on, Leo.
He started playing baseball 3 years ago. It's not a popular game in Belarus.
Okay.
It just started
Just starting to take off.
Yeah,
getting started.
Yeah, just getting started. But he's pretty good in it. He's in national team right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
They're being in international tournaments, so I believe he can do it.
All right. Well, hey, I love that. That's cool. Your mom, a big part of your not inspiration, but your start in hockey. I always want to give credit to the hockey moms out there because I know all of the travel and the preparation of meals and all of those kinds of things. I would imagine that she...
Yeah, sure. She is really supportive. She's making me meals. Yeah, sure. She helped me so much. I don't know, what can I say?
I was laughing at Tish on the On Ice interview with Ryan on Saturday night? Anyway, one of those nights where he's like, oh, it's National Women's Night. I love my mom's my biggest supporter, most important woman in my life. Starts to step away and then comes back and goes, oh, and my sister too. Don't forget her. That cracked me up. So that was kind of good. But like I said, we always got to give the shout outs to the moms out there and all the hard work that they do. What have been some of the biggest challenges that you've faced on ice? And off ice, honestly, again, coming from a different country, whether it's language, whether it's whatever, what have been some of the things that that you've had to overcome?
And off ice, it's obviously language.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's so hard for me.
You're doing a great job. Honestly, better than I expected, because when we're on the bus and stuff, when I talk to you, I'm like, man, does he even speak? You're so shy. You're so quiet.
Yes, it was awful, believe me. So in ice, I think it's a different kind of hockey. They're playing so hard because when I play in MHL, it's kind of USHL hockey. It's
bigger ice, more space.
Yeah, bigger ice, more space. Technically, guys are not just running everywhere, so they've got a plan.
Sure.
But here, I think guys. Just trying to kill you, I don't know. Yeah.
A little more physical?
Yeah. Not a little, it's a lot of physical.
Yet, like I was just saying a little bit ago, you're getting pretty physical. You're starting to lay some hits out there. You're going after guys, throwing them around and stuff. So you're adapting pretty quickly and pretty easily, it seems. You don't think so? I think so.
Yeah, I think so, but I'm just trying to not to stop on ice. I'm just skating every time, because if you stop, you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's why you have to skate and you'll leave.
Do you feel like the speed of the game is similar? Because you look fast. Like, I know that Weisner and I know that, Conal, they're Conan. There's some guys, they're quick guys, but you carry the puck really well, and it seems like you can kind of dissect the defense and so on. Do you feel like the speed of the game is similar?
It's more chaos on ice, that's how I said before. Everybody just running everywhere. They're trying to kill each other. So yeah, it's true. Sometimes I'm just trying to. If I have a puck, I'm trying to take two guys from me, like opponent
Pull
from me.
yep.
Yeah, and I
pull them away
to find my teammate to take him a chance.
Man, the stuff, people talk to me about it, and then I'm like, man, the speed of the game, just, like you guys, the way you move around and stuff, it's wild to me to watch. I'm old and I can't move like that. I played and I can skate and I can do a little something, but man, the way you guys move, it's crazy. How about off the ice? When you're not at the rink, when you're not working out, or you're not skating, whatever it might be, do you have any hobbies? Are you a gamer guy? Do you like to play cards or anything like that?
I like to play chess.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like chess. I like computer games. Like, we got PS4 in basement. I like playing PS4. So, like, watching movies, like chilling with guys somewhere, workout. I think that's all.
What's the last movie you saw? What's your favorite movie?
What's my favorite? I think my favorite show. I think I can tell you my favorite show.
Okay.
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender, but original, not a real.
Okay.
Real action is good, but original I think it's better.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Very seldom is there a remake that's done that's better than the original. The original's
This remake is good, but they cannot just show everything that was in original Avatar.
Gotcha. All right. I talked to you a little bit about foods here in the U.S. What's your favorite food from home? What's something that your mom makes or your grandma makes or somebody makes, or maybe your favorite restaurant, whatever? Where do you go? What you gonna eat?
I don't know how it's called in English, but I think it's like sometimes when we go into village, like we're cooking on the fire like rice with meat. I don't know how it's called in English, but it's like rice, meat, like a lot of spices, carrot, potato.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds a little bit like ham fried rice. It sounds good. Do you eat a lot of soups? Tish told me that you guys eat a lot of soups. Like borscht?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, at home.
Oh, back home, yeah, I like borscht. It's like, I think it's my favorite soup.
I don't think I've ever had borscht. I need to try that. I need to try it.
You have to try it. It's really good.
Okay. That's really about all I've got for you, bud. Again, thanks for coming out to Bowl with the Wings yesterday, and 146, that's a heck of a good game. Good on you. And thanks for joining all of the individuals and all of the people, all of the crowd that came out to support Aspire Foundation. But I won't keep you much longer. I know you're a busy guy. We have a weekend off. We have a weekend off coming up this weekend. Then it's Friday, March 22nd versus the North Iowa Bulls. Princess Superhero Night. Meet the South Dakota Junior and Snow Queen before the game. Princess and Superhero giveaways going on at the door. Saturday, March 23rd versus the North Iowa Bulls. Egtegra Thank a Farmer Night. $2 off admission at the door as long as you have an Egtegra hat, shirt, or jacket on. Egtegra Wings Camp giveaway going on at the door too. Corporate game sponsor that night is Starian Bank. The state championship Aberdeen Lady Cougars varsity team will be recognized first intermission post-game skate with the Wings. I mentioned this last week, but that is the 7th state championship for the Aberdeen Lady Cougars in 10 years. That's amazing. That's a dynasty is what you call that, folks. The Aberdeen Wings Awards Banquet coming up, and dinner will be held on Sunday, April 7th at the Yildiz Shrine Center from 6 to 8. Get your tickets now by clicking on the QR code on the screen. Sponsorship and reserved season tickets are available for the remainder of the 23-24 season. Call Aaron at 605-380-5852 for more information. For all the latest news and information on the Wings, visit AberdeenWings.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. Once again, Leo Bulgakov, thank you so much for joining us here on Wings Weekly.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that'll wrap it up. Another edition of Wings Weekly in the books.